friendly as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dash of Dave here, and I'm back for another crafty video. So, just to let you know, I woke up this morning feeling fine. No, I didn't feel fine actually. Woke up this morning with a deep voice and a scratchy throat. So I think I'm coming down with something. I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's Finish It Friday, and we're going to make something. So we finished the Edith Holden journal, didn't we, on Wednesday, and I'd like to put this into here. Now this is what I found and pulled out of my Finish It Friday. It looks like I was making a notepad. I think we'll pop that in there. I wonder if it's big enough. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we'll make that go into there, and we will do that today. And then we've got another piece for the Edith Holden stuff, and we'll go from there. So anyway, don't know why I was making this in the first place. I was, and here we are. So let's just gather together all of these pages and make sure we've got them all together. So because I'm not feeling particularly well, we're just going to do this the easy way. I think we're just going to staple this. So we will right, do I want to staple it first, or do I want to staple it when it's in the thing? I'll staple it to that, or do I want to... No, let's not staple it to that. Let's staple it anyway. So I'm going to use some of my rust. So this thing has my rusty staples in, actually. Let's just make sure they're all going to gather together. Do you know what? I think I'm going to, rather than leave them folded like that, I am going to find the middle. There we go. And I will cut them down in the middle, I think. Just to make sure that we're all in the middle, and then I'll cut that line there, and we'll use them, we'll staple them together from that point. Otherwise they've got the potential to all kind of jiggle around a bit too much and then look really untidy. So also it gives us the opportunity to make sure they're all nice and flat. So let's just tamp them down. Right, okay, so this is what we're going to use in the thing. So we're just going to staple this twice, I think. So these are rusty staples. Now, people ask me about my rusty staples. They are literally just rusty staples. So I just get a pack of staples, and I get my rusting stuff going, and I stick them in with all of the other rusty things to be rusted, and then they rust down like everything else. So they because I wasn't happy with the ones that are supposed to look like rusty ones. You do have to be careful, because obviously they're rusty. You don't want to stick that through your finger, and that's why I think it's best if we kind of glue that to there, and it's not going to have the sharp bit sticking out. So we're going to cover this in Edith Holden. We might as well. We've got bits of pages here that I haven't done anything with. Oh, I thought that was going to fit, but you know, we could make it fit, I guess. So let's cover the inside of the page with some Edith Holden as well. Yeah, let's just cover the whole thing, and we'll go from there. So yeah, let's just glue it down, Dave, and then we'll cut off the excess. Do it that way. So yeah, it's another Finish It Friday. I am currently on leave, which is ironic because every time I take leave I end up feeling unwell, so I end up making myself poorly. I think it's literally because you kind of just stay strong for so long. The moment you relax, your body can't cope, and then just, just has a moment where you end up getting stuff because you've taken your eye off the ball. So, but I will be fine, and it's only a cold, and it's just one of those things, isn't it? So we've all had a cold before. It's definitely not the flu because I've had my flu jab, so I am fine from that perspective. Haven't had, other than coughing, I haven't had any real other symptoms. I'm coughing, but just no, not bunged up or anything like that. I'm sorry if it annoys you when I have to clear my throat, but I'm going to have to clear my throat. I'm just going to have to annoy you. That's the only thing I can say. So, this is going to be our front cover. I'm just going to fold back in those lines that I'd clearly put in there before, so it's just like a box fold there. Yeah, and then this is going to be our back cover, which goes on the back, obviously. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a back cover, would it? And I think what we'll do is we will somehow attach a paper clip. So we'll turn it into like a hidden paper clip thing, although I don't know how hidden the hidden paper clip will be. I mean, it doesn't have to be hidden, does it? So, right, let's have a think about this. So, do I want to decorate the front of it before I put it together? Probably. Let's just see what I want to do. So, the back of it needs to be decorated because it's currently got, it's an old bit of Amazon packaging. So, I need to. So, what's this? This is going to be the back. It's going to be the back that it faces backwards or faces forward. It doesn't matter, Dave. You've got to cover both sides. So, okay. So, I'll keep that bit for something. That's got a nice picture on it. I don't really want to have to cut all the pictures up if I don't have to. We could put some months on here, couldn't we? We've got months. We've got January, October. What have we got? September, October, August, January. I don't know. Let's just use. Yeah, let's just use these. Let's use bits of the more decorative stuff. So, is that long enough? Oh, it is. That's brilliant. So, might as well use that bit, mightn't I? That down there. Yeah, cool. I'll just cover this, or in fact, I'll cover this bit first. Might have to do a bit of inking on this, which I know I didn't do a lot of on the journal itself. And the reason why I want to ink it is because you'll see the laminated edge otherwise. I want to kind of cover that. It won't cover it. It'll disguise it more than cover. Sorry, feeling a little out of. Oh no, Dave, you want it like that way round, don't you? You want to see that text, not cover it up. So glue that down and then cut the excess off. Trying to cut through your microphone wire would be a good idea, Dave, because that nearly happened. If you can hear bangs and things, by the way, it's it's that time of year for us. It's bonfire season, so bonfire night in the UK is Guy Fawkes, which is when, I mean, I don't know, I don't really want to be giving you a history lesson, but when Guy Fawkes tried to blow up Parliament. So my jury's out as to why we celebrate it. I'm not sure. Don't ask. We just do. So, so yeah, we're rebels, really. That's what it is. So that's going to go on there. Is that going to be too big? Oh, that's going to be fine, isn't it? Maybe cut this down. I might want to get the ends. I quite like them all being a little bit tatty, but the problem is they kind of they get slightly longer going out, and then they go back in again at the back because it's the way they've been folded, I guess. So anyway, let's just cut the end off and straighten it up a bit. I like it being a bit tatty, but it's too much is basically what I mean for me. So cool. Let's get rid of them bits. I'm gonna have to have some thing to drink because my voice is hurting. Yeah, that's cool. That's going to go in there. We might cut that down a bit. I don't know. Might not either. So this is the front part. So let's get some nice decorative stuff going on the front. We could do a bit of a collage-y thing, couldn't we? Using bits that I've already cut out. You know, I've cut bits off of. It might be a bit big, that bit, but so there's this. Oh, I quite like the idea of that, actually. Might cut this out a little bit more so that it doesn't completely mask that. Excuse me while I fussy cut. You know, I'm not a big fussy cutter, and like doing it in front of people, it feels almost like I'm exposing my fussy cuttiness. So, sorry, I'm not exposing myself. Don't worry. Just my fussy cutting ability. So, not a big fan of fussy cutting. But I do it. It's a needs must thing, isn't it? So, and I applaud those of you who like, Corrie. I think Corrie's told me that she fussy cuts whilst watching TV. I don't know how you do that, because like if I did that, I'd have cut all the bits off that I was trying to keep, or I'd have cut some fingers off, I guess. So if I'm fussy cutting, I absolutely have to look at my fussy cutting, and I can't watch TV. So I guess it's like people who doom scroll and watch TV. I mean, if I'm doom scrolling, I'm not watching the TV. It's just on. Okay, so we're going to put that on there. Put that on there. Where should we have it? Should we have it like that? Yeah, let's put that so it's kind of folds around the back. Put that on there. We'll get some of this going on here. Here, stick that under there so then you don't notice that it's cut off at the edge. Yeah, let's do that. Stick those bits down. So anyway, I hope everybody's okay. If you're watching this, please give this video a like. I really do appreciate those people who have been doing so, because it really is helping my channel, and I am very grateful. And I have noticed I know that I said I was going to launch some Ko-fi tiers. I am still, doing that. It's just because with having been working quite hard of late, and also a lot going on in my personal life. I haven't really got round to it yet, but I have full intentions of it all happening. And also, I kind of wanted to do it for when I hit the 3,000 mark for subscribers, which I am getting much closer to. So the last week or so, my numbers have really gone up. So don't know what I did or what somebody else did. Maybe having a design team has been really beneficial. So those of you that have been watching Corey or Brian, if you've come over here, I'm grateful. But yeah, my numbers have gone up, so I will, be getting closer to launching that 3,000 subscriber thing. Should we do it like that? And then what we're going to put down here, Dave. Why are you talking like that, Dave? It would have been nice if that had been on the other side. Can't flip it over. They're all coming in from that side. I could do them all coming in from the other side. So maybe a few catkins. Yeah, I thought they were catkins, and they are. Or yeah, maybe that actually. Where should we have that? Should we have that so that sits underneath there? Oh no, that still comes in from the other side. That still comes in from that side, doesn't it? Yeah, that's not right. I got excited about that and it was the wrong side again. Don't want to cut my really nice pictures down. Oh no, that is from that side. That's good. Okay, let's do that. Let's cut these out. So, we're just going to kind of just wiggle it just a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit. Don't ask, don't know. Shouldn't really be singing when I'm trying to preserve my voice. And I know some of you will be saying, well, why are you talking to us if you're trying to preserve your voice? I'm trying to preserve my voice for you guys. I would rather make sure that there was a video out and I couldn't speak for the rest of the week than preserve my voice to speak at work. They'll be grateful, trust me, that I can't speak for a week. I'm currently on, like I say, I'm currently on leave, but I'm only on leave until Tuesday next week. So we're gonna have that there. Where are we sticking that? So that's going there. That's going to go there. So let's stick that one on then. I like a bit of collaging. Whilst I don't like fussy cutting, I'll do like a bit of collaging. It floats my boat, as it were. Right, let's just get that in the right place because I want it to sit behind everything. So, yep, that's fine. Let's get rid of that. Pop that on there. So we'll put that on. Probably put that on last. We could have that. Should we have that on there actually? Yeah, that would be nice. We need to find something for there. I know we thought we'd found something for there with that. January, we could maybe use one of the days. Oh, we've got a bird. Is it too busy? No, it's not too busy. I could do that with the bird. Again, just come in, cut around one edge of him. Sorry if I go quiet. I think actually so sometimes the quiet is good when my voice is like this. I'm really sorry if it's irritating for you, if you find it really annoying. My deep voice is not necessarily something that everybody wants to listen to, so I appreciate that. So we'll pop that there. We need something from something for behind, not something for behind. We've got 4. Could have 4 January, I guess. Do we have any other? I'd like some other bits that, you know, like the offcut bits. Do I have any more offcuts? Not in there, I don't. Not there. Do I have any? I've got some there. Any more in here? There's a few more bits in here. No, not in there. Oh, we got that, haven't we? I keep getting that out though, don't I? I keep saying it's the wrong side. Yeah, it's still the wrong side, Dave. Can't make it fit if it don't fit. If it don't fit, can't make it fit. We've got some little ones, some little flowers. Maybe if we put them like that, could put some of the little flowers in there. Yeah, we could do that. Let's cut that off and just shape round it. I know I've kind of fussy torn it, but I'll just cut that edge off. That'll be fine, I think. Hopefully it's not too much. You don't think it's too busy. I quite like the eclectic busyness of the front of it. It's more busy than I would normally do it, but then it's good to break down your own barriers, isn't it? So could have that in that little bit there. We've got another one of them, haven't we? Oh, we've got catkins. We could always use catkins. We could put that. So let's get... We don't want to cover his face up, do we? Should we have him kind of... Should we have him there, or should we have him sitting on the top of... That could be good, although the whole point was to cover that space up, Dave. Right, let's get that. Let's get the mushroom stuck down. I know where that's going, and then it stops me going, oh, I could move it, and then we end up with the same bald patch. Right, we want to make sure that we're not cutting that off. If we cut the bottom of that bit off, we're going to put that on there. Yeah, let's glue this one down. Yeah. Let's glue it down, Dave. The bird will sit over the top of this then. Otherwise, this is just going to take over, and you will obliterate the bird's face if we set this over the top of everything else. I'll put that in there like that, I think. Like that. I'll use this to cover that bit up there. Try and get it right up to the edge. I don't mind cutting a little bit off the side and bottom of that, just to square it off. We're going to have him. We're going to have him there somewhere. I think we'll have some catkins. Maybe have some catkins over the top of him. Yeah. Okay, we'll cut the catkins out. Let's cut all of them off. I think actually I'm going to cut that lot of catkins separately. Well, I am now because I've just cut it. So actually, it feels so much nicer now. My voice feels a little bit more relaxed now. Maybe trying not to force my normal voice and just letting it be relaxed. Apparently this is the way that you're supposed to talk anyway. You're supposed to relax your voice. A lot of people speak at a much higher octave than they would normally do because they're either trying to make themselves heard or they're rushing or whatever. But yeah, apparently our natural voice is a much more relaxed voice. So it's interesting to. I don't know what it sounds like to you. It sounds a little bit deeper than normal to me. But you don't hear your own voice, do you? From any other perspective than I shouldn't have cut all of that off, should I? Shouldn't have just left. Oh, well. Right, we'll put him. Should we put him there? We'll put something in that space. Let's glue him down. Otherwise we're going to be here for like 3 days just collaging this. Let's put him there. Then that way that flower can still be. And we could just tuck him underneath that flower. That's cool. Like that. I don't want to cut all of his tail off though. There we go. And then we'll have the catkin over the top, but we'll need something just in the background there. So you see, there's only a bit of. Well, no, I don't like that. I like the mushroom. It's not that I don't like the mushroom. I just don't like. Well, let's cut that bit out. Although it's going to be yellow behind the catkin, and that's not going to help. Am I overthinking this? Probably. Probably. We don't want January now because it's too big a word. So, oh, that's the back, Dave. Don't lose that. Nope. Where are we going to put the catkin? We're going to have that over there, aren't we? That there, but we need something just behind there. We need something for that space. Something for that space could be maybe some more catkins. Let's cut those out. What are catkins from? Maybe I shouldn't have cut the bit off. Oh, it says hazelnut catkins. So hazel is. There's a lot of hazelnut trees around by me here. Hazel was used though, wasn't it? It was used for wood production, I think. I mean, don't quote me because I'm not a. I don't know what they're called. I'm not one of those things, whatever they are. Definitely not one of them. Should we have that there? Yeah, let's do that. That covers that little space up, kind of, and then layers over the top of there as well. I'm going to go in there, and there, yep, there. We'll do that there. Oh, no, straight, yep, there we go. And then we can have that kind of maybe just there. Oh no, do we want let's have some of that branch hanging over as well. Don't hide the bird, Dave. That's not the point of this. So we could do that, I guess. So yeah, we need something there. What are we going to have there? That's what we need to. Oh, I guess I could just cut one of these flowers out, couldn't I? Put that. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm just going to cut the top of that off. Cut this flower out. Not worry about where are we going to go. Yeah, let's not worry about that side. We'll just pretend that all doesn't exist on that side. I don't know how much of this I need to worry about either, because you're not going to see it all. Oh, you know what I watched on, because I wasn't feeling well this morning, I didn't get up straight away. Do you know what was really nice this morning, even though I woke up with a horrible scratchy throat? I loved just waking up naturally. You know, like not to an alarm or anything like that, but just naturally. Oh, you see, Dave, you've cut all of that off again. So we're going to cut. You're not very good at this today. Cut that off there. We'll have that. Maybe stick that behind there. Yeah, we'll stick that there. We'll have the catkin coming down. Where are we going to have the catkin coming down there? No. There. So let's just get something to go in that background. We don't have to worry about what it is. Maybe just a bit of text. Or we could just stick that bit on there. Let's just stick that bit on there. What we want to do is we want to just cut this edge, shape it a little bit, and then go from there, I think. So see what we get. I don't know what I'm talking about now, so I'm just talking to you. Like, you know what my brain's thinking? It's thinking, what are you going to have to eat today, Dave? Because I haven't been out. I couldn't be bothered to go anywhere today. And I used the last of my bread this morning, so otherwise I would have just had, you know, the usual staple stuff that you do. So just some toast or something, but I don't even have any bread, so I can't have toast. So don't have toast then, Dave. That's the answer. So I'm just going to cut that bit off up to that leaf there. Stick that in that space there. Stick that, don't know, somewhere. Yeah, we still need just a bit of kind of, let's put a bit of text in that space. Yeah. Right, what do I want? Up until about where growth is. Clear the back of this. I mean, like, there's no point spending any time on the back. You're not really going to see that, so I might as well spend the time getting the front looking nice, don't we? So let's put that on there. What we're going to do, we're going to have that. No, that's the wrong way up, Dave. That way round. Where's the... Oh, let's cut these bits off, otherwise I can't tell where the edge of the paper is now. Oh. Cut a bit of the card off, never mind. It is a junk journal after all. My excuse, and I'm sticking to it. And I'll stick that on there. Yep. I mean, like, you could argue now that I've put this on here, you don't need the catkins on it, but I've cut the catkins out now and I want to use them. Oh, it says flowers at the top there. Let's leave that so you can see it. We could maybe have that somewhere else. We could have that up there, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that up there. And then we could have the catkins coming in over... Where's it going to fold? It's going to fold there. Right, we want to make sure that the fold is still foldable. Oh, of course, we're going to cover up the flowers bit, aren't we now? Oh well. That's got to fold there. Then it's a gusseted fold, so it folds there as well. Oh no, it doesn't. It belongs there. So we need to... We could do with gluing that down. Now I could glue it, but I think what we'll do is we'll need to cover... It'll keep flipping up if we just flipping. What are you saying flipping for? We'll put some of this on. This is the tape that Tracy sent me. So we'll put a little bit of that on there. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? So never had any of this tape. This was the Tim Holtz. I don't know what it's called. It's Tim Holtz tape, I guess. Fabric tape, that's the one. So if we have that just to hold that edge down, and then when you bend it over, it shouldn't all peel up. I mean, it does a little bit, but not a lot. Not as quite as box foldy as it once was, but it'll do. It is a junk journal, Dave, so don't worry about it. Okay. So where are we going to have these now? We don't want to cover the bird up. That's what we said. We don't want to cover the bird up. We can just have him kind of poking out. Do we want that on there? There's a lot going on this side. No, okay. Well, editorial. We've cut that from the proceeds. The proceeds. Don't know what I'm talking about. Just talking for the sake of it, aren't I now? So, right. So we will, as that's the fabric tape, we'll just fold that in up there and there. Okay. So, like I say, this is the edge that we will ink, so it doesn't look as naked, or not just naked, but like scruffy. There we go, and we'll cut that bit off at the bottom there. That's the other thing. Where was I going to put that? I was going to put that there. Again, do I think I need it? No, maybe not. I will keep those though, and I will use them elsewhere, just not in this. I fussy cut them. Trust me, anything I fussy cut out is kept until I use it, because I don't like doing it so much. So that's the back. But, I haven't done the back of the back. So I need to do the back of the back with something. So what we'll do is we'll put the paper clip in this bit here. Do you want the paper clip in there, or do I want it in there? I don't know, my brain's not working. Give me a minute. I actually also need to go to the little boy's room for... So, what I'm going to do is I am going to cut a slot in here, in the back of here. Doesn't have to go too far down. About... How wide is this? Is this... How deep is your love? How deep is your paperclip? I really need to know. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do the longer bit through. A little bit too narrow. Have to go a little bit wider with that. And go a little bit that way as well. And pop that in there, so it's not right at the top. And the reason I didn't want it right at the top is I didn't want it to push this up further. Is that the back? That's going to be the back now. Or let's do the... It's going to be the inside. Sorry, just messing now. That's the back. Right, okay, yeah. So let's get the back covered before... I should have done that before I made the hole, really, but there we go. Let's get the back covered. We'll just do that with a bit of something fairly swiftly, like something like that. Just like that. Anyway, shut up, Dave. Stop messing when you've got a scratchy, hurty voice. can't shut myself up though, you know, so I've lost my voice completely 3 times in my life. I've had laryngitis. I used to be a teacher, so I used to be talking a lot, and it's, I mean, like talking more than I am now, so I used to do it for my day job, talking, and then coming home and doing it at night. So, but at least in my job now, whilst it's useful to be able to talk, you know, as a manager, it's useful to be able to talk. I'm sure lots of staff would be over the moon that I can't. There we go. That's better. Something against which to cut. Might as well do this, because then I don't have to keep moving the ruler. Catch that on that edge. Cool. So that's that. Get those bits out of the way because I don't need them. That's the bit where I've got a hole punch. So let's just go. So just mirror the bit that's already cut there. There. Cool, so that's the bit that we're going to have on the back. Do you want that? No, let's not worry about that because it's the back after all. So that bit's going through there, that's the back. I guess I could just have a couple of little bits, couldn't I? I could have a couple of little... Oh no, because it's just going to interfere. It's going to interfere with pushing it down onto the thing. I could do that in the back of the inside, but that's also going to not be worthwhile because you're not going to see it. So let's ink the edge of here with. There you go. Just put some ink on that, Dave. Gathered twig might be a good idea. Gathered catkin twig. Sorry, I'm just suppressing a cough. So, although it didn't suppress it very well, did I? Because I coughed. So, I didn't go into a full cough though. And then we'll stick that. Should we stick that like that? No, we'll stick that like that. Yes, let's stick that like that, and then I'll get the full height of the paperclip that way. And then that'll be the inside like that. So you've also got somewhere to like just shove some extra bits in there. I know that's upside down, but you know that's going to have the paper in it, so it doesn't really matter. We will glue it on across, all the way across the back, except for the space in the middle for where the paperclip is. Pop that on there. Just marry it up to that back edge there. I might put some more of that fabric tape on that bit there. Just get that all stuck down. Also, by having that slot there further down than just sticking it over the top of there, it means I'll get that back panel at the top stuck down with glue as well, so it just keeps it nice and, you know, it gets nice adhesion. Okay, and then that's the bit that we'll hook it onto the page with. We'll put that in there. We'll glue that in so that, yeah, we'll glue that in so that you don't get stabbed with with those. And we will put some more of that fabric tape over that bit there. Yeah, that'll do that. I don't know how wide we need. We need it to there. So, like I say, I've never had this before. So, the fact that Tracy sent me this is amazing. I don't even remember seeing it. I saw people using it, but I never saw it in a shop to buy. So, it was a bonus to get some. So, stop saying so. Pop that on there. Wrap that round that bit there. Oh yes, that's nice. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, cool. Oh, I love that. Actually, that collage. That's cool. So we'll pop that. That's the way up, isn't it? So let's just... Again, should we just kind of marry that up and have a... Oh no, because what's the point of putting staples, crusty staples in if you're not going to have left them visible, Dave? So no, we won't. I was going to cover it over with a bit of fabric tape because I was getting a bit giddy, but then I also stopped myself thinking, well, if you do that, Dave, you won't have any fabric tape left. So you don't want to be doing that now, do you? I'll pop that in there. Just glue that bit down. I might have to just kind of clip it with something with a bit more grip than me. And whilst that's doing that, I will give it a bit of clear up, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so let's take this off and see where we are. So it should have all stuck by now. Yeah, that looks fine. Is that stuck in there? Yeah, that's stuck in there. So we have a nice little pad here, like a shopper pad, and that should then sit nicely inside on that little panel page that we had, because this side, if I put it on this side, there's a box gusset there that should mean that it sits fairly close. It might be a little bit bulgy, but it should sit down fairly far down. Does it go all the way down? Yeah, it does. There we go. And that's our little shopper which goes in there. Oh, I love it so much. I love it, love it, love it. So, yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. I'm going to pop that closed. Let's just see, make sure it all kind of closes up. Oh, there's plenty of space in there. I mean, we like it a little bulgy, don't we? So, I love that. So, I hope you enjoyed that too. I'm so glad that I've got my box of unfinished projects because it means it gives me a whole series to do. And I hope you've enjoyed it. You know, one way you can tell me that you have enjoyed it, you can give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to share, comment, subscribe if you aren't already. Really grateful to everybody that's been subscribing. Especially the newcomers, because you're really helping me to get towards 3,000. I'm grateful to every subscriber, because without you guys I wouldn't be getting towards 3,000 subscribers. And yeah, I hope that this has kind of ticked your box. I love the little collagey thing. I also feel like it gives it a bit of depth to it, so it's almost like what's it called, a trompe-l'oeil, where it feels like it's deep, it's got some depth to it, and it hasn't. So I mean, it has, but like we're talking millimeters of depth, where it looks more like inches of depth. So although I'm mixing now measurements, I'm doing imperial and metric. So anyway, that's fine. So yes, thank you very much to everybody that's been watching. I love you all. Don't forget that I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I will see you in the next video, and hopefully my voice will be repaired by then. So thanks very much. Love you loads. Lots of hugs. Look after yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, folks. Love you. Bye. Bye. I love it. I love it.